Hello and welcome to Gamer 101 Podcast episode 6. I'm your host Lukas. This is my co-host Pete.
Welcome as usual. Can't believe we are going strong and episode 6 is right now being recorded. So hello everyone.
We aim to have at least 10 episodes and then maybe more.
And then we'll aim for the stars and never come back. One-way ticket to Mars. Hell yeah.
If you're here at episode 6, I hope you'll be here at episode 600. We'll make a party at episode 600.
We'll pay you for your ticket.
No. We'll pay a round of drinks. In some 11 years we can see each other.
11 years?
600 episodes, no?
Oh,
50.
I heard 100 episodes. Oh,
no, I said 600.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is episode 6.
So then let's make it 666 to be a devil's number.
It's gonna be a satanic party. We're gonna go somewhere where's the mirror, and we're gonna summon Bloody Mary.
Maybe we are gonna try to revive
some Bloody Marys.
We are gonna try to revive the Todd Howard spirit if he finds out what's happening to Fallout and gets a quick death.
Howard's gonna be probably dead by that time. Anyway, so
without further ado,
let's get the show started. I think this has been a difficult week, I would say. Not much. We didn't play much. Things were happening for us. I can't really say what I've been playing because that would be a spoiler to some content on our channel on YouTube. But what I can say, I was playing Spyro 1 and I have 120%ed it.
That's you really did great job.
Yeah, it's great games. You know what? I haven't been playing that much.
Well,
Fallout.
let me guess. Maybe our favorite one-time only game, finish it, never touch it again, Fallout.
Oh, well, we said we're gonna go back at episode 17 to speak about if we're still playing Fallout. Yeah, this is episode 6. We're not playing it anymore.
So something definitely changed.
Well, I played it over the last week. I played it for maybe 2-3 hours in total. And you were level 50, right?
Yeah, I'm over level 50 right now. Currently level 56.
Yeah, and you shot the nuke. So what was that like?
Spoiler alert! Well, it's not technically spoiler alert because everyone knew it was gonna be the last quest of the main, or last mission of the main quest. So you don't have to do it separately. It's enough if you are in the team and one of the team members gets all the nuke launch codes, which is a riddle in itself, and they keep changing every week. So it's harder. It's definitely harder than it seems. Then you go to the location, there is a bunch of enemies. Again, basically half an hour going through the rooms to really get to the final terminal where supposing you got all the right information and you were able to decrypt the message which launches the nuke itself. Then you will get a warning. The nuke will be launched within 2 minutes. You can choose a location of where the nuke will drop, and then just go there and enjoy.
Was it worth it?
Absolutely no.
So it wasn't worth 60 euros.
Oh, I thought you were asking about was it worth it launching the...
It was 2 questions in one. Was the final quest worth the time spent in that game, and was the game worth 60 euros?
First question, if the game was worth, or I'll address the question if it was worth 60 euros. Definitely not, considering what just happened with the game, but that's a story for later. The other question, I don't really know if the friend really didn't help me, or if it wasn't part of his quest and I completed it as well because we teamed up. I don't think I would finish the main quest in the long time, just because the way it was introduced and implemented within the game was just mind-boggling.
Yeah, I was there when he was trying to explain what needs to be done. And to me, it seemed very confusing, first of all, and then now I was thinking about it later, and maybe because after that there's pretty much no other end game content. That's the end, and then you can free roam and do
Yeah,
some
you just
side.
revisit the old locations, try
Yeah.
to find a good farming spots.
So, but what he explained that okay, you need to go there, you need to have a code, you need to crack the code. Another probably person needs to be with you because reasons. That sounds like they should have more of something like that. Like they should have some rates and some things for the high level players to play in a group, to do some puzzles, do some stuff like that. Anyway, let's move on from that. So you say it was not worth 60 euros. Was it worth 35 euros?
Well, considering it would be almost 50% price drop after 1 week, that's a different story, which leads us to our next conversation or topic of
Yeah.
today. A ridiculous price drop, which was defended by Bethesda. Oh, it's a part of a Black Friday sale, which was showing a middle finger to all the Fallout community who wanted really from within their heart to support the game day one, to find out that a week later it's anywhere from 30 to 50% down. I really don't remember any game doing anything like this ever.
You can imagine that on the internet, torches were lit, people with pitchforks were ready to burn down Bethesda studios, metaphorically speaking.
They were spamming their social media and contacting the support.
Needless to say, people are mad, and I would say rightfully so. The game itself we discussed extensively last time. We spent 80% of the show on Fallout. It's kind of fun with people. It's not horrible to play with friends. You can definitely have fun in it, but it's just broken. And what they did with this price drop is, I would say, immoral.
Yeah, it's unprecedented.
Go on.
Unprecedented.
Unprecedented. Yeah.
Unprecedented and completely. It's just wrong. Maybe they could really mitigate the after effect of the price drop, but they didn't communicate enough. And not to mention, still after two massive patches of almost 50 gigabytes each, the game is for a lot of players, especially on PC, from what I've heard, in really unplayable states, or they are having quest-related bugs, core mechanics bugs, which prevent them from even spawning or getting out of the power armor.
I have experienced my fair share of bugs.
And the story goes on.
Yeah, there's just so many things wrong with the game. I'm not saying it's unheard of for a game to be launched during September or November, and then being discounted during Black Friday. Even the new games, from what I was looking up today, they went down like $5-10 or euros, which would be completely fine. Okay, it's a thing stores use to get people in. I would be fine with that, but not 40%. That's kind of ridiculous for a 10-day-old game.
I absolutely agree, 100%.
Yeah.
And what Bethesda actually did indirectly to compensate players, because I myself also created and submitted the ticket there. Like, it was one page full of text coming from there as a Bethesda kind of fan and Fallout not enthusiast but a player. I asked them, okay, so how are you going to handle this situation? They only said, you will be given some sort of compensation. So I replied saying, okay, can you be more specific on what is some sort of compensation? And 2 days ago I received, or even today I received an email. Oh, we are happy to announce that we'll give you 500 atoms in our in-game store as compensation.
This news literally broke out the day after we recorded the last episode, so that's why it wasn't there. I remember I told you, hey, you remember GTA Online that launched, it was broken for 3 weeks, no one could have logged in. They gave players 500,000 in-game dollars, which are now worth $25 euros. And you said, oh, well, it's a currency that they arbitrarily put real money value on. That's kind of shit. Now it looks pretty decent to get 25 euros slash dollars worth of in-game currency. No?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And the game was not broken. It just couldn't be. The servers were broken, but the game itself was solid.
Compared to what Bethesda decided to really give the players for any inconvenience or for really screwing them over.
Yeah, and okay, you can log in, definitely, but that's because there's so little players are playing it.
I just really think that whoever is in charge of the Bethesda PR will put really like, okay, we are truly sorry. Just admit the mistake and say it wasn't honorable what we did. It pains us to say that you are completely angry and furious and you feel disappointed. You not only disappointed but also tricked, and we'll make sure that our future actions will speak. And we'll speak for what we believe in and make your experience more enjoyable.
I hope Bethesda is listening, so they will use your exact statement. It was powerful. It's powerful.
You gotta use emotions, man. Okay, for now, we'll promise we'll leave Bethesda out of our discussions unless something major happens.
Well, yeah. Also, maybe in the next topic that is kind of influenced by this situation, we'll maybe talk about Bethesda. I'm not really sure. We didn't speak about this one topic before in the pre-show discussion. So all this negativity, all this backlash, what are some of yours personally? And of course, you, dear listener, leave a comment below. What is your best and worst gaming-related purchase?
So should I start, or do you want to go first?
Yeah, please start.
You
did not prepare enough.
When do I prepare?
Yeah,
well, there is one thing that comes to my mind, at least when we talk about the worst purchases, and I'm just gonna briefly mention the name Sean Murray, and everyone should be posting memes around him. As you probably all know, he's still the creator and the mastermind behind the Halo games. No Man's Sky.
Oh, I was afraid, why is he saying Halo?
Is it Halo games, right? Or Hello games?
It's Hello games.
Okay, Hello games. So mastermind behind Hello games, and from enormous blah 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 blah.
What the fuck is happening?
Well, basically, the game really promised plenty of things, and people were really excited when they first saw it at E3, maybe even 2014, because there was nothing alike to what they were showing. But then when it really came out, people realized too soon. Basically, 80% of what was shown was either not included there yet, or it was just advertising lie or specific scenario for one planet when they were showing off the demo. So I paid the full price for it, 60 euros. Tried to sell it the next week. Nobody was even willing to buy it for 10.
Is this a best purchase or a worst? No,
that's the worst purchase.
What did you say if I say my worst now and then we go to your best?
Yep.
I was very tempted to also say No Man's Sky, but, and this is a big but, after Hello Games went quiet for a year, did nothing, they came out with some patches, with some content updates with some things. So after a year, or after a year and a half, or however it was, they updated the game with the proper ability to play multiplayer. And then I remember we played the game every day for like 2 weeks.
It wasn't really 2 weeks.
It was at least 10 days.
Okay, maybe my math is broken.
Okay, I'm not saying it was not too late or not too little, but they proved and they did something that made the game enjoyable. It was
And they are still doing the latest
Yes.
update for Abby, I believe No Man's Sky, whatever the name was, just came out a week ago. All the updates are for free. All the content they are adding are still for free. So they are really trying their best to regain the trust, but I don't think it will be ever again on the same level. You just can't put aside something as huge as this.
Yeah. It will never be it. If the game launched with everything it has now, it would have been a great hit. It didn't. It tanked, but people went back to it. You couldn't sell your copy, so you went back to it to just try. I didn't try to sell my copy because, okay, I'm a collector. I don't sell my games. This is the same reason Fallout isn't on my worst gaming purchases, because I am hoping that in 1.5 years of you not being able to sell your copy and me not selling mine, we're gonna go back to it and it will be fun for another week.
I don't see why you just gave it a week of lifetime after 1.5 year.
Okay, 2 weeks, whatever.
Okay, 2 weeks stops.
And so for the worst gaming purchase for me is Destiny 1.
Oh.
And it's because back then I didn't have any PlayStation Network friends. So I played a couple hours of multiplayer, tried the raid with some random people. There wasn't even a matchmaking for the raid, so I had to find people on Reddit and ask them, hey, you want to play? Then I didn't play it anymore.
Did you play at least more than 1 week?
Yeah, I played it for I played it for maybe a month because I liked the multiplayer, but I didn't play much. I played a game or two matches every couple days. It was mechanically fine. It wasn't very buggy. It just wasn't for me at that time. What comes to your mind the best purchase?
I can answer you in two different ways. Mm-hmm. One was the best purchase in terms of the value for that game, because it's a great game, but I would never pay so much money for it, which were actually 2 games that were discounted at PlayStation Store, so I own the digital copies right now. It was, again, another, not the best example, coming from EA, Star Wars 1 Ultimate Edition, so all the DLCs.
You mean Battlefront?
Yep, Battlefront, Star Wars, Battlefront 1, all the DLCs bundled together for €5 after a year of sale. So didn't even hesitate, just bought it straight away, played a couple of matches, not installed anymore. But still, it was absolutely must go. Then again, the same situation, €5 price tag. Battlefield 1, again, I saw it, €5. Multiplayer really, or single player isn't really for me in such games, or it's not even present there as one cohesive story, so didn't care. Multiplayer, again, we played few modes, few matches. I still have it installed, though don't know when I will return to it. So this is really the best value, or the best purchases in terms of the money I paid for the AAA games. €5 is like a coffee and a cake at somewhere. And I got a game that was developed for God knows how long. Now, the most memorable experience was, and this won't be a surprise, when I bought at the end of the generation of PS3, The Last of Us. Oh God! Completely amazed. Absolutely memorable experience from the beginning till the end. Really, I just played non-stop. Started the game, finished the game, bloody eyes, cried. That was one fucking epic story.
Nice.
So
That's I highly recommend that game to whoever hasn't played it yet.
how about you right now?
The best gaming related purchase for me was buying a PS3.
Did you pay the full price at launch?
No. I didn't have. I got it in 2010 after being a PC gamer for about 4 years, 5 years. And before that, I had a PS2, which got, let's say, stolen. So after that, I had a PC for about 5 years. I was playing on Call of Duties and such all day, every day. And then I bought a PS3 with Uncharted 2 and MotorStorm 2. And that changed my life, basically, and into being a fat piece of shit.
And a console peasant.
As you said, there's Last of Us, and there was many other fantastic experiences that came out of me making that decision to buy the PS3 when I saw it there in the store. I visited one day.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, it's actually right now it's in my living room because my Chromecast is not working again. But when my Chromecast was working, I had the PS3 unplugged because I only use it now for Netflix.
But do you have the? Did you buy it when you could find when you could still find the fat version, the original version, or it was already 320 gigabyte version?
It was 320 gig, but it's not the slim one. It's the
Yep, I know.
something between that.
Yeah, I own the same.
Speaking of good purchases for your console or your PC, you can buy a Xbox Gold or PS Plus subscription, which is also a pretty valuable purchase.
Well, it still is. You can't argue because if you get or if you calculate the monthly payment, it's really like nothing. And you are required to have them on both systems if you plan to play multiplayer because otherwise it's no go.
Do you wanna take us through what Xbox Gold and PS Plus offer in December?
So the December is the last month, and everyone is kind of expecting the Sony and Microsoft to really bring something either special or put their one more game because it's Christmas. They want to end the year really strongly and really looking at both Microsoft offering and Sony's offering. I don't think we aren't getting anything like it neither, because let's see what the Microsoft has prepared for the players who have Gold, Microsoft Gold. So I'll cover the Microsoft games and then you'll mention the Sony games and what you really think of.
You can cover all of them. I think I had enough airtime.
So Microsoft Gold is offering a first-party logic game called Cube. Never heard of it?
Is it first party?
Yep. Oh,
because Cube was
first person.
Okay.
So this is coupled with the Dragon Age 2, which was the worst Dragon Age there, and it goes all the way to 2012 maybe or 13. So 5 years old game. Never Alone. And
also great.
Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. As you said, two of them at least are somewhat 4 years old right now, or even more, and no big games there.
I'm pretty sure Mercenaries is a original Xbox game.
So basically, you are only the newest game on the list is Cube 2, I believe.
Yeah, which is probably, I would say it must have just now came out.
Still, it's not a game for masses.
It's a indie.
It's a logical game. He's playing logical games right now.
Well, it's still very solid.
So all the eyes were there on the Sony to really take the moment and show it to the Microsoft, and they didn't. Or they somewhat did. But
is Dragon Age and Mercenaries backwards compatible to Xbox One?
Yep.
Both?
I think
Because that would be
Yep. Yes, it's backwards compatible on the Xbox One. Yep.
okay. That's then not that bad.
Still,
Because on
because on PlayStation right now, do you want me to continue?
yeah, please do. I don't even want to read this.
So the PlayStation have prepared for us the most interesting out of all is the horror game, which is again a rare thing to find a good horror game. Soma. I've seen a few gameplays. I think it's a really solid experience there, and it's year old top. So Soma, I think, will surprise the players or scare them. Then there will be an arcade racing type of game called Onrush, which is from the Drive Club developers.
Oh, what's left of them?
Or if there is something left of them at all.
Well, Evolution was closed. No, this is some studio they made together.
Yep.
Yeah.
So those two games are available for PlayStation 4, joined by the Stereden and Steins Gate for PlayStation 3, and Iconoclasts and Paper Please for PS Vita.
For some reason, Iconoclast is also available as cross-buy for PS4, but Papers, Please, which is probably the best game on the list, is only available for Vita. And if you haven't played Papers, Please, go play Papers, Please.
I know what the Papers Please is because I've watched my favorite streamer, not gonna spoil
Ninja!
the whole game. No. Shit. No, I'm not gonna spoil the whole game. I'm not gonna spoil the streamer, but the Papers, Please is actually a solid game.
Yeah.
Very solid game.
Yeah.
The way I see it, personally, to me, the Soma there, that's the reason why I believe the Sony's offering for December is better, at least by a small margin compared to the Microsoft Xbox Live Gold. But still, I remember last year or 2 years ago they had really great games. Let's just. I'll give you the word right now, and I'll do some.
Yeah.
Googling.
Before we go to everyone's favorite part of this show, let me say I think this is because they know Microsoft and Sony know that people will be buying new consoles. They will get a 10-day membership. I think they put in the books, so they see, oh, this is a thing you can get. The games are kind of shit, but oh, this is new, and this is some older games. So they don't want to give them a lot of new games because or AAA games because then they don't incentivize the needs to buy games because they already got games. So they give them like a decent offering or average offering, and then people see, okay, this has maybe some value to it. Let's buy a subscription. Anyway, seeing this, for PC players, there's also Humble Bundle. Well, who doesn't know Humble Bundle? They do things kind of differently. They don't reveal the games until the month starts. You only get to know 2 games. So if you're thinking about buying a subscription and you have a PC, a gaming PC, if you go buy a Humble monthly subscription, you get Metal Gear Solid 5 with Ground Zeroes and City Skylines with the After Dark DLC and more games on December 7th, which already is probably better than what
Microsoft and Sony combined.
are offering.
Metal Gear Solid 5 had probably the best shooting in the games. What do you think? I mean, if I can recall correctly, the shooting it got recoil. You can really feel the shot. I think it was perfectly done.
All the game was made brilliantly. The game mechanics were brilliant. It just was unfinished. That's the only complaint. It just stopped and it left me wanting more, and it didn't give me more, and then I was a little disappointed. And then there was also Metal Gear Online, which received like 1 patch because reasons.
And you can't forget the Metal Gear Survive Zombies co-op 4 players.
But I already forgot Metal Gear Survive. That's a low point.
So guess who it is? It's my. Thanks to our special host last week who
I'm the
helped
host.
me
It's the guest.
immensely.
Learn the difference. Host, guest.
Okay.
You're the co-host. We're the hosts.
Okay. So thanks to our special guests last episode.
We only starting next episode. This is gonna be only once per year kind of show. So episode 600 is cancelled.
Anyway, I turned the tides in my favor, and it's me asking you, the guess who. So I have prepared 2 options. Now it's your turn. Do you want to go with something really not really difficult rule, but I don't think you will guess it, or do you want to go with something that you will probably either not guess, but when I tell you who it is, you will just immediately stop the call because.
First of all, I don't understand why I should choose. And second of all, why are you giving me 2 options that I cannot get?
Because I still want to play the guess
Okay,
who with me.
You wanna ask who next time as well?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay, so I've decided for you already.
Okay.
Don't worry. Okay, I got the character. Let's get the role. Let's get the show started.
Okay. Is the character human?
Yes.
From Earth?
Yes.
Is it a man?
Yes.
Is it a white man?
Yes.
Okay. Narrowed it down to 80%.
Wait, hold up. Do you say that black people only make 20%?
Well, black people and women.
So black man is only 10.
Okay. Black man is. Let's not talk about black men.
USA is not gonna praise you. Trump sees it.
This whole thing's gonna get cut. Okay, is he a main character?
Yes.
Playable main character?
Yes.
In a video game?
Yes.
Franchise?
Yes.
More than 2 games?
Yes.
Trilogy?
Yes.
Is it a trilogy?
Yes.
So am I correct if I say that there's not more than 3 games?
Not really.
So do you know what a trilogy means?
Yeah, I know. Okay. It's trilogy. It's considered a trilogy if you count only the main games, not any special side games.
Okay.
So in that terms, yes, it's a trilogy.
Did I get a no for this or not?
No.
Okay. Are the games multi-platform?
No.
So it's an exclusive to one system.
Yes.
Is it a system made in Japan?
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus Christ! How can you ask so good questions? Or I keep picking so lame characters.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Did the last game of the franchise come out on the current system?
No.
Oh.
Now it gets interesting.
Okay. Shit. Did it come? Okay.
Okay. Did it? Okay.
Did the last game come out since 2010?
So if the last game was released after 2010.
2010 or later.
Got the Jake. Not sure.
Oh, okay, this will be really old. Oh, not really old. This will be sort of old.
Yes.
So 2010 or later.
Yes.
And did at least one of the games come out before 2010?
Yes.
Okay, I'm at 1 no, so is it on a Sony console?
Yes.
Okay. It's a man. And it came out on... Okay, so did all 3 games come out on PS3?
Yes.
Fuck.
For fuck's sake, please give me the wrong name and we can finish this. And we can have it. We can have this over.
What kind of guy was?
No, that I didn't like your sound.
Oh wait. Is he the main character in all 3 games?
No.
Okay.
Are you somehow spying on me? Because I got the screen open. I got the open tab with the game, And
No.
so far you are
So-
you are really pinpointing towards the
Okay.
character.
Do you shoot things in the game?
Yes.
Is the thing aliens?
Yes. Well,
Well, what?
no,
Well, what?
no. It's not really aliens per se.
Okay.
Okay, let
So
me check.
not aliens.
No, not really.
Okay, I'm at what? 2 notes? 3 notes?
2 no's.
Okay, so is it Resistance series?
Yes.
How are they not aliens?
They aren't aliens. No, they've been transformed.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it's one of the main characters. Resistance is a series I didn't really like. So I know one of the guys' name is like Mason or something.
Try your luck.
I don't want to try my luck. Fuck. Okay, does his last name begin with an M?
No.
Okay. I will probably
You
not
give
guess
up.
this. Is he a character from 3? From Resistance 3?
No.
Okay, so from 2?
Yes, from 2.
You're very quiet.
Yes, from 2.
Okay, I'll now do this. Does the first letter of his last name start with, or is the first letter of his last name from A to N?
From 8 and what?
From A to N.
From A to N? Yes.
Okay. This we will be here forever.
Take your guess.
Was the guy British? Does
No,
his last
no,
name
no,
begin
no, no.
in? Does his last name begin in G or J? Sorry, J.
No.
A?
A? No. You got
D?
5 no's. No. 6 no's.
C?
No.
D?
No.
F?
No.
G?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. That was your 10th. No.
Okay, so I need to guess. I know it's the main character from Resistance 2, which I didn't play. And it's someone who's called H or N something.
Well, that's not really a legit answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You lost,
No, I
Yes.
have my guess. No, after 10 notes.
but you already you can Google it. So
I'm not googling it. I'm just gonna think about a name beginning
Okay.
in H or N that can be like this. Is it Henderson?
no.
Okay, then I lost.
Yes. So he is the main protagonist of not only Resistance 2 but also Resistance Fall of Man, a launch title for PlayStation 3, and his name is Nathan Hale.
Okay.
You fully accept your defeat.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, how could you figure it or nail it down all the way to the Resistance series out of nowhere?
Because it was, I don't know. I just used logic, man. I play the tape.
Okay, I
Play
will.
the tape. Learn how
This
to
week's
ask questions.
especially for you, I will play the tape.
Yeah, play the tape. Listen how I ask questions. Maybe next time you will.
So I'll start. Male, white.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Once I knew it was only a PS3 series, and it was a trilogy that came out and ended on PS3. It was simple. All right, so
I didn't ask you anything really out of your league.
yeah, I could have known this.
You should have known this.
Anyway, this was episode 6 of the Gamer 101 podcast. See you next week. Oh, sorry, next year we'll move to the other schedule.
Next year? Wait, what?